any.
Well, I advertised it twice in the paper and we still only got one request for things. So I'm gonna recommend we go with them.
Are the audits up to date now with the railroad?
Yes, they're working on the final one, which is the 20 year. They're on the calendar year, so I think it was calendar year, on here, 21, I don't remember right now, I'm sorry. But what, hang on, because this was for 20, yes, they, according to McKay, he said he's hoping to be finished by the end of June. That should be finished for the FY 20 year for them, their calendar year.
Okay, I said that, they should finalize before June 30th.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'll make the motion to approve hiring of gentlemen with that firm.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 13, council members, city clerk, lead discussion for possible action, approve memorandum of understanding between the city of Ely and the Nevada Rural Counties Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, RSVP, for volunteers who photograph adoptable pets at the city of Ely Animal Control Facility.
This memorandum of understanding was presented by Jennifer Messina. She's helped the city out since 2015, photographing the pets that became eligible, or excuse me, the animals that became eligible for adoption. And she'd just like RSVP to get credit for her volunteer hours that she donates to the city every week. And the city attorney Cahoon has reviewed the interview, and my understanding, he's fine. Because he
I move to approve. Motion from Councilman Spear. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Councilman Oliver. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried so ordered. Item 9, public comment. Please state your name for the record, and you will have 3 minutes.
To the Utility Board and Ely City Council regarding Mineral Heights billing, water surcharge, improvement surcharge, and capital improvement fees. Dear Utility Board members and Ely City Council, I have attached a copy of my latest utility bill. This past month, the water surcharge and an improvement surcharge were added to my bill. After speaking with the City of Ely staff, it was determined these fees are charged to only residents in Mineral Heights area for a water tank that was placed in the area in the 90s and improvements. I am already billed a water and sewer capital improvement fee. Why does this not cover capital improvements in Mineral Heights area? When or if an improvement is made to another area of town that I do not benefit from, will these residents be singled out and made to pay for the infrastructure that only they benefit from? And if so, what is the regular capital improvement fee for? I have considered that the creation of the capital improvement fee may have come after the surcharge already in place in Mineral Heights, and therefore was not considered or possibly overlooked when establishing those improvement fees to those in Mineral Heights. When this tank is paid for, will these fees drop from my bill? If residents have been paying for this tank since the 90s, at what point is the tank paid off and Mineral Heights residents see a reduction in this fee? What is the current balance for this water surcharge and improvement surcharge? Does all this money go into the general fund and we have commingling of funds? I'm asking the Utility Board and Ely City Council to please review this. I would like to have a better understanding as to why it is fair to handle this specific improvement this way. Mineral Heights residents are paying for improvements in their area while also paying into a separate capital improvement fund for the rest of the system, whether they benefit from said improvement or not. To my knowledge, no other resident pays an additional surcharge for improvements. I appreciate your time in reviewing and considering my concern, and I respect any decision the board makes on this matter going forward. Kind regards, Amy Garcia.
Any other public comment?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, on your item AB 12, you considered the auditing and services of Nevada Northern Railway Foundation for a 3-year period. That should have been denied. They do not operate under the Nevada Open Meeting Law. They spend hundreds of thousands of dollars of the taxpayers' money and refuse public information as requested. That goes the same with AB 11. Until they operate under the Nevada Open Meeting Law, they shouldn't have any taxpayers' money. They forget who initiated that particular group, but there's no accountability. Mr. Mayor, I've repeatedly asked for, and I'm asking again, a complete list of properties and individuals that the city has permitted and allowed to park RVs on the city lots and city streets while living in them. I attend regular meetings of the Regional Planning Commission. I have not seen one application to date. I want the discrimination to stop. I've got lots that I can't rent, and yet you guys are blatantly allowing others throughout the community, including across from city councilman. And in the past, I've received 2 citations had to get people off my property for so-called zoning violations. If you think I'm going to continue taking a discrimination, you're very badly mistaken. I want compensation. Mr. Mayor, at several previous meetings, I reported that numerous RVs, possibly squatters, were setting up throughout the city. This is going back to 2020. I asked, how many of them did you bill for landfill and or water sewer services? And it goes on from that. I believe you got a copy. I want some answers. Did I mention August 13th, 2020? Mr. Mayor, I've gone before the Regional Planning Commission and talked to Mr. John Charchalis in regards to the code violations of city councilmen, county commissioners, and members of the board. They don't comply with the rules and regulations that they comply. They either have to comply or they need to resign. Mr. Flanks has a problem. Mr. Spear has a problem. Mr. Allworth has a problem. Haven't addressed it yet. And yet you're coming after the citizens of this community? I don't think so. Mr. Mayor, let's see. I'm again asking for a complete list of all parking permits that the city and NDOT has given out to those along Great Basin Boulevard, in particular the area of the courthouse, the jail, sheriff's office, Ely Fire Station, Bristlecone, Mateo, Queen, Ramada, just to name a few. They've screwed up my corner on the 7th and, Great Basin and Avenue G. People drop off 1 foot. That's a ADA violation. That's a federal regulation violation. I want to know who inspects that area.
Thank you, Mr.
You need to
Chachas.
address that, Mayor. You can't leave me with a liability like that.
That's your 3 minutes, thank
You
you.
got NRS 266 to address.
Mr. Chachas, that's your 3 minutes, thank you.
I need some answers.
Is there any other public comment?
Move to adjourn.
Motion from Councilman Carson to adjourn. Do I have a second? Save us, Ed.
Was that second?
Give us a second.
Oh, you got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
I'm curious.
I have those to sign, and there's 3 in there, there's one page.
Yeah. Let me get my back here. Have a small.
Oh, that.
I was
I want me to follow there.
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chachas reporting.